So what we're about to look at now is the behind the scenes or making of the Nike equality commercial. I watched that commercial and I was kind of confused by it, honestly. At first I couldn't tell if I liked it or not, and then I could, after a little bit, realize what they were kind of pointing at. I wasn't sure if it was just like a pro equality, like, because we're all equal, now, as far as legality is concerned, which is really the only way that you can do it. You can only have people equal in the eyes of the law, otherwise you're just controlling people, and you can't make someone have feelings about something that they don't necessarily have if you're talking about a legitimate racist. You can try to convince them, yeah, but it's really them to decide, unfortunately. They're not going to change their minds just because you tell them to. Even if they're wrong, which racists are typically wrong unless they're just talking about other things. But, you know, if you're talking, though, everyone should be equal in the way that we think of everyone, even in a non-racist way, that's false. Just in general, not everyone is equal. They say equal on the court a lot in the commercial, but if you were to even just apply that very, very small little slice of life that they're talking about, sports people playing games, that doesn't apply for all you athletes, even, you very small slice of people. If you were to take a tennis player and toss them out onto a basketball court, they're not equal with the basketball players. They don't know what the fuck they're doing out there. So even in context of this specific situation that they're talking about, sports, you're not equal. So let's see what well, I've seen it, honestly, and a lot of what they're saying is not too out there and crazy, but it's kind of based on this false understanding of I guess just like humanity in general, because we're all incredibly different, so you can't be equal. And like, even just a child murderer, for example, I don't see as an equal to someone who, helps the poor and feeds the children, Everyone is different. I know it's a crude example, but it's an example nonetheless. But some of it, though, was just completely far out there, like when Alicia Keys started talking. That was some weird stuff going on there. So we'll take a look at that. I'll interject and whatnot. And this is a long enough intro, I think, so here we are.
If we can be equals here, we can be equals everywhere.
Like I just said, sir, I am not equal to you there on the imaginary court that you're on currently, unless you're on, even if it's a real court that you're just filming at. It's even worse for me. I could probably pretend to be a sports player better than actually being a sports player. If you and I were to go and play whatever sports game it is that you play, you'd win. Pretty sure. Like, and if you didn't, it would just be like chance. Nothing to do with my skill ability. Now, I don't know how you are at video games, because I'm okay at them. But if you're bad at them, I might be able to win at those games.
We all have a purpose in life, and in order for us to be as great as we can be as a nation, as a world, we all have to feel empowered.
Oh, you don't know that. No, but seriously, no one can give you a purpose in life, though. It's not like we're born with these purposes, although some might argue differently. I don't think so. I think the point is to make your own purpose. Like, you create that yourself. And just like how no one can make you feel empowered to address the next line, that's largely on you. You have to be the one to make yourself feel good. I mean, I'm sure you felt that way. Is a small example in a relationship. If you can't feel good about yourself in a relationship, then they're not gonna do it for you. Hear about that one a lot, I'm sure. I feel like that probably applies in most aspects of life. Like, you really need to rely on yourself. It's easier said than done, I know.
My view is that sometimes we as a people, we give everyone equal opportunity on the court. We give them equal chance. We look at them the same way. Off the court, we might overlook people, or we might say, oh, they don't deserve the same opportunity, oh, or they look different, oh, or they're not like me, when all in actuality, we all are.
It would seem that she's suggesting that we're all the same here. And that doesn't make any sense to me because, yeah, we're not the same in shallow ways, like the way that we look or whatever, but also in very deep ways, probably, like the way that we react to certain situations. Like, what makes us sad is probably different. You know, some of it, like, you know, we're probably, don't mind the word, but triggered by certain things, like maybe certain emotional movies, things from our childhoods, or maybe certain kinds of food makes us like happier than other kinds of foods or something, or maybe we like different colors and we like different smells, and we have different interests in art and different interests in science and stuff. That's what makes us all unique, our differences, and that's how people like often will gauge how they treat other people, or who, well, maybe not necessarily how they treat other people, but whom they spend time with, not based on just these shallow things like skin color, but on deeper things like interest. And it's important to understand that we're all different in so many ways that sometimes people are different in the way that makes you not like them. And so you don't like racist, right? Right? Yeah, nor do I really. Like, I don't wish them harm as long as they're not harming anyone, but wouldn't really want to spend time with a guy shouting about, you know, hurting ethnics. No, I'm good. But that's what I'm saying. We're all different, so we all have different expectations too. Does that make sense? I hope so.
Being a woman in sport, first of all, equality is not always something that we're privy to.
I don't understand. What do you mean? You're playing the sport with other women. Are you not equal to the other women? It's a women's sport. Unless you're talking about, like, your pay, which, like, I think it was Sergon of Akkad did a video about how, I think it was him, sorry if it wasn't, but they did a video about how the women's sports teams just don't draw as big of a crowd. You don't make as much money because you don't earn as much money. What are you talking about? Do you mean because people don't like it as much? You mean like because they don't want to watch? I don't know, dude. I don't know what that is. Maybe meh. I don't know, but it's just do better to get their attention, I guess. That's the problem, because I don't know what you're talking about. You'd be treated like the other women, correct? Correct? Because you're a woman? Yes?
Worker. Megan Fenner. Beautiful.
Being a gay woman in this country, in sport.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this commercial is shot, because if it was shot anywhere in the West, don't know why she's feeling so discriminated against for being a homosexual. Not much homosexual discrimination going on, and it seems more just like the people that do discriminate against homosexuals are just, just typically jerks if it's true discrimination. Like, don't get me wrong, there are things to be concerned about in the SJW version of homosexuality, the movement itself, but homosexuals as a whole, they seem fine, like normal people, and people don't typically discriminate against them. This is America. We don't really do much homo killing here. Just saying.
Wherever I am in the conversation, it's there. Just my responsibility of making sure that I speak up about it and speak up for other people and hopefully kind of grow that movement in that way.
What? All the time? You just have to bring it up and talk about it? It really feels like you have to talk about it that frequently? I don't feel the need to talk about my sexuality all the time. And no, I'm not completely straight, but why does it matter? It does not matter at all. it in no way makes me more interesting, less interesting. It just is. And I've never felt the need to have to sit there and talk about it constantly, bring it up all the time, only when it's relevant. Only if it's like, I don't know, if a chick were to ask me out, or shoot, if a chick were to be like, hey, pretty good looking, you wanna go on a date, man? I'd be like, no thank you. But, yeah, if she was like, well, are you straight? I'd be like, well, it's not, but, you know, that's, or if it, literally someone just straight up asked me about it, I guess, but no, I don't typically feel the need to talk about it all the time. It's silly to talk about it all the time, don't you think? Kind of, and it's also kind of strange that you would be talking, I guess, in a way for me, and for other not so straight people, some other queerdos out there. You know, you don't need to do that. I'm cool, bro. Thank you, though.
I want to be a part of a film like this because it feels like something that the people, once they see the film, it changes their perception, it changes their mind. It makes people understand that these monumental figures are standing behind this cause because it's real and it's something that pertains to our families and everyone else's families around the world. We want to be advocates, and me personally want to be a voice for everyone to know that equality is something that we all need to succeed.
And I think it's important to just first kind of realize that as a well-known athlete, you have that power and that position to be a leader. And, you know, I just want to use mine for more than anything, just good.
All right, well, sports people are not my leaders. If you want to say people's, what would be a good word? Role models. Yeah, okay, not mine. But you're pretty cool. I like sports people because they're something that people can appreciate. I'm not really a sports person, so your opinions on sports don't really even interest me. Your opinions on social politics only interest me because I feel like they can be harmful. Or if I were to actually agree with them, I guess I'd be like, oh, cool, yeah, that's cool. But I would never say that, oh, look, this person agrees with me, even though they have, like, no real, like, reason other, like, your opinion is worth no more than mine, really, if I'm trying to convince someone else of something, you know what I mean? But, I like how this person's just coming out and saying, like, I think that I can use my influence to sway people. At least he's being honest, right? I don't know. This is just, again, it's not like this is your profession. I don't think. I think you're another sport. Are these all sports people? I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you talking to me about social politics. It's not swaying me. Especially when you're just saying the same thing over and over again. And here I am, kind of arguing the same points over and over again to you. Nike. Advertisement. Why is the advertisement telling us how to feel? Sell us shoes, please.
Being a Muslim woman, being a black woman, just being a woman in general, we have so many things fighting against us already. So it's just important to be that voice for someone else.
I like how she slips Muslim in there like it's the same as being born a black woman. Mind your ideologies, miss.
You know, at the end of the day, we're always just trying to find a way that we can all feel equal, we can all be equal, have the same rights.
Name one right. One right that you don't have. That I have. Please. And again, I'm not going to go over the equal thing again. We already did that.
Have the same feelings, being able to be in the same place no matter the color.
Sir, is someone denying you feelings because of your skin color? Seriously? No, like for real, someone has told you that you can't feel because of your color? That's crazy.
I just want to help people and be that inspiration, that role model to other people. There needs to be more attention around certain situations and areas.
I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm not saying that she is, but it kind of seems like you're calling for more race tension. I don't know if that's right. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that because, like, a lot of this equality movement has been about race. and there's been a lot of talk of color in this video. So I don't think race tensions are necessarily the way to go. Seems to be making things worse.
You have to evolve with the people. You have to evolve with the time. So you have to adapt and take people's consideration and needs into considerations. Equality isn't the norm anymore. And
Equality isn't the norm anymore. Well, how do you mean? Like in the small ways I was talking about, or again, legality-wise? But in whose equality? And when do you think that it was better? Like in the 90s, 80s? Yeah. Because now, whites are getting a lot of shit, honestly. Seems like it. All the races get a lot of shit, but now there is literally a movement seemingly almost dedicated to making whites feel bad. It's weird, mean, and shitty, and I don't advocate for this against people. I don't, especially anyway, just go on.
Basically,
oh, this is Alicia Keys' part. Oh my god, this is the worst part. Like, this is crazy what she says. I don't even know how this would be obtainable even in the perfect world. And it wouldn't be very perfect either. Listen to this. Listen.
the opportunity to do anything and to have access to everything and to not ever be held back or stopped from doing anything because you are different or you believe something different or you look different or you love different. And it's that simple. I don't know why it seems so hard for people to get sometimes.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, Alicia. Just no matter what, under any circumstance, everyone is the same. So if they're looking for some big built muscle man for a workout magazine, I should just go in there and be like, I'm your guy, because, don't judge me just because I'm a rather petite female who looks like they really should be reading the magazine, not in the magazine. But yeah, we're all the same. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I can do it.
Ready, and action.
When you play on a team and you play for one common goal, that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. No matter what you believe in, no matter where you come from, what color your skin it is, when you're fighting for a common goal, it makes everything else, it seems to not matter at that point.
Well, I think I can really understand that sentiment. Most people can. The idea of wanting to be part of something and wanting to achieve things. And a lot of people really like working with other people to do that too. I get that. But if you're working off of false ideas, is it really a celebratory matter at that point? Well, thank you for watching my video. I did cut out bits and pieces of the original for fair use, and I plan to link it below along with the original Nike commercial when I grab it. Put it there. Check it out. And if you like my stuff, please like and subscribe. If not, don't worry about it. Thank you very much, though, and have a wonderful day.